Hello. A question that we get quite a bit in the forum is how do I georectify an image? Another kind of a related question is how do I georectify a PDF? Is there a way to import a PDF into Global Mapper? Currently there's no good universally supported way to georef a PDF. However, I'll kind of show you a workaround, and also by doing that I'll show you a way to georectify imagery. This is kind of a georectify 101, so more advanced users might know some other ways, but this is just to kind of show you the basics. To start with, let's look at a PDF file, and this is a PDF file of an airport diagram of a local airport here in my area. And what I'm going to do is there's a couple ways that I can get this into an image format. If you have Adobe Standard, you may not be able to export this as a TIFF, but if you can use a screen capture utility, and I personally like Snagit by TechSmith. But if you do have the privilege of using Adobe Acrobat Professional, you can hit File and Export, go down here to Image, and you can actually export a TIFF file of your PDF. So we're going to export this here, and we'll save that, and that's done. And now we can import that into Global Mapper. So let's open Global Mapper, and let's open that file. So we'll go to, actually in this case we'll just go down to OF File, and we'll rectify imagery. It gives us some options here. We can add the rectify images to the main map view. We do want to do that. We can show the rectify images in a reference view. We can export the rectified images to new files. So basically it'll create a new file, and in this case it would create a TIFF world file, and we can export, we can actually define that type. Here we want to do a GeoTIFF, and we'll say OK to that, and it'll give us, okay, what do you want to open? So we will browse for that file that we just exported. Here's our file. We're going to go ahead and select that, and we'll open it. We're now given a image rectifier window, and here's the entire image, the zoom view, and the reference images. So if we'd already loaded some reference images, it would show us where this is in relationship to that. We didn't, so that's why that's blank. So here on the entire image, let's zoom. The nice thing about an airport diagram is that it has lat and longs on it. I realize that not all of you may have that privilege, but I'm making a tutorial here, so I'm going to make it easy on myself. We'll go ahead and we'll select in the middle view the pixel that we want to georectify. And if you notice here the pixel Y and the pixel X, and it selects that pixel, and then we're going to put in here an easting and a northing. And we're going to do this by typing -8413, and the northing is 3955. So that's actually a lat long, and we're going to add this ground control point to the list, and we can name that point, and we can also disable the naming of the points by going to Options Auto Name. So if you're doing a lot of images or a lot of points, you may not want 500 points to be named, and you can disable that. We'll say OK, and I always kind of like to look here to make sure that the format that I typed it in was correct. And yep, that is where I wanted it. Now I want to select the second portion, so I'm going to select on the left view here, and I'm going to zoom in to the point. We'll select that, and again we're given a pixel X and a pixel Y. It's real easy just to kind of look there and hit that, but it'll screw up our image pretty good. So you always want to make sure that you select the right one. So now it's 84 and 12 and 3954. Again, we'll add that point to the list. It'll name it point 2. That's fine, and that's where that is. And now we will go down, and you can select as many points as you want. For this tutorial, I'm just going to do 4, and we're going to bring that in. Now this is 8415 and still 3954.3. That's fine. And we'll go over here to this corner, and we'll select this one, and that is going to be 8414 and 3953, and we'll add this point. Okay, that looks good, and again we want to verify those are the points that we wanted. and we will say OK. It'll give it a second, and it's brought in. Now you might say, well, that looks kind of funny. I don't think that's right. Well, actually, knowing the airport diagram, that is correct. And so we can bring in some imagery here to make sure. We'll go ahead and we'll do that. We'll open a data file here, and I'm going to open a terminal chart, which is a FAA aeronautical chart. We'll bring that in, and we'll select that to be drawn last. We'll put that on top. And now the nice thing is we'll go up here again to that control center. We'll select options, and we'll blend it. OK. And there's our file. It's lined up with the airport. The terminal area chart is in a different, it's drawn in a different format, and things are a lot larger just because it's an airport diagram, but this lines up very, very well. And so that is a kind of a quick and dirty way to geo-rectify imagery. If you have any questions, again, I ask that you direct those to the forum. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this.